If you are trying to build your own website or start your own business using AI, you've probably been getting into some of this where you're thinking like, hey, I have the idea. I just need to get a website down, test it with some clients, see if people are interested. Or you're thinking, hey, I think this idea is good because I've seen it somewhere else. I want to get it going. So in terms of building something that's a little more robust and has a couple more steps involved and, interlinking facets and assets, the context engineering seems to be king here. So what I'm going to do for you and me, because I think this is really fun. I just love doing this stuff. This is the channel. We're going to build one. And I'm going to walk you through step by step. It's going to be pretty simple. It's going to be kind of back and forth. And I'll ask you a couple questions and then, put your answers in the comments and let me know what you think. So with that said, I want to show you kind of a little bit about what I found. I found this. It's a cool website and I think I could build it and I think I could do it locally in my city. So it's construction data solutions. So it's like, it just gathers all the requests for proposals from your city. And then it charges people $100 a month to have those emailed directly to them. It filters for whatever they specifically want for their subscription, right? Like, so for example, let's say someone is building like a new hospital or they're building, let's say someone's building a new hospital. Well, if you are a construction company that does painting or that does, flooring or high quality flooring, if that comes out and that's been awarded to someone or there's a proposal for it, you're now a company that could build that and you could win that. So to spend, $1,200 a year being the first person who has access to reach out to these people, I mean, you could make that back in half of one, they like some of these contracts go for $60,000, $70,000. The profit on those could be much more than that. So yeah, the sky's the limit. I found a business. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do some context engineering. We're going to walk through it. We're going to kind of strip this thing apart and we're going to build it for ourselves using Claude Desktop. Sounds fun. All right. So to start off, we are going to be using Claude Desktop. So here is the thing. I started a new folder and I'm just going to go Claude dangerously. Oh wait, before we do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to git clone the context engineering. So this will be on my Git as well, moving up. So I will get that for you right now. One sec. The first thing we're going to do, and you can find all of this in the link in the description, is we're going to clone my Git, which is for context engineering, into the project itself. So we're going to go git clone, paste it, and we're going to set that in there. That's good. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add Serena MCP, which is my favorite. So let's grab that information, which is, so this is our repository. Sorry, this is from another thing that we obviously have in. Yeah, okay, Serena's added. And now, okay, so there's all of this will be in the description. So we have it set up. We've added the GitHub repo. Now that Serena's added, I'm going to do Claude dangerously skip permissions, which is one of my favorite because it saves a heck of a lot of time. Let's kickstart Claude. Okay, and we're in. And then I'm going to say, let's get Serena to go through this first and just make sure it understands what we're up to. So where is that? We're going to go MCP Serena initial instructions. Get it to kind of just like do a little kick through, check out everything, make sure it's cooking the way they want it to. Yeah. Okay, we don't have this set up yet, but empty directory. Okay, yeah, this isn't, so we've started Serena a little early. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure it was in there. Serena is good at going through things, organizing them, saving you a little bit of time and money, and when there's already something there. Unfortunately, we don't have something there right now. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. Now, I know what the goal is here. So what I want to do is we're going to be following instructions on this in terms of like how to get everything set up. So let's get started on that. So I want to open up, so I'm going to ask it to open up Visual Studio Code. You should ask it to open up Visual Studio Code. And what that's going to do is going to help us have a look at everything that's going on. So we open the project in VS Code, please, because I'm Canadian, I guess, and that's kind of how we do things. I'm going to make sure that we have VS Code on here. And then all of these instructions, again, will be like linked to you. But I'm doing this with you right off the hop, and it's going to be super fun because we're going to build this entire thing together. And I'm sure it'll be less fun once we go into the actual headaches of the whole thing, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Okay, so now I'm going to open up VS Code. Okay, so now we have this open in the code, and let's go to the next step. So our next step is going to be have a look at the entire project, especially the context engineering portion. We are going to be doing some research and then changing all of these forms so that we can build our own project. Cool. We're just going to get to do a little bit of work and have a look through it so that way we don't have to like walk it through the whole thing. I think that's going to be the win, is just like, hey, dig through this, have a look, explore and understand the framework. Once it knows the framework, which it should know from just reading through it, because we're going to be building something which is a little more drastic, we're going to use a lot of research, and this video might just be about getting it started and researching. We'll see, because I do, take into consideration how long these things go, and I really, I want to maintain your attention too, right? So if it's getting boring or whatever, if I can't like skip enough, but I wouldn't mind getting down to something that actually just looks good, so that way you guys can like, take something to the next step. Okay, framework, multi-agent approach, spin up 6 parallel research agents, great. Okay, so, now that you understand this, I want to direct you and chat about what our project is going to be. Then I want to update. Then I want to follow the instructions. I want to update the context engineering documentation to be optimized for our own project. And then I want to launch, then I want to build that project. Do you understand? Have I explained this well? Do you have any other questions? I really just want to make sure that I'm giving this thing everything it needs to be successful, because that's the whole idea around like the context engineering. It is like you're not just kind of giving it everything, you are kind of giving it everything at once, but you need to make sure everything's there. So, okay, tech stacks, do you have any preferences? Frameworks, databases. Okay, so 1, define your project. Okay, so tech stack, do you have any preferences? I think that we should. So, okay, we're gonna go 1, off the build by building everything with HTML and CSS and JS, so that we can edit the build easily, at least the surface, at least the front end of it. I would prefer to use, what is it, MySQL, I think it's MySQL. NodeJS. And Python. We may also need M8N to help with some of the automations. I would like to use the Magic Link style for signups and registrations. We will be doing payments through Stripe in the future. Okay, 2, project type. Okay, so it's going to be a web app. It's going to be a web app, automation tool, and data pipeline mostly. But let's talk further about that. And then it wants the Gina. So Gina is really easy to get, but I can't really show you guys too much about it because you open it up in a incognito window, and it will give you a API key. Just like that. Talk about that further. 3, that. 4. Start simple, but let's get as much as we can. 0 available tokens. Oh, they changed it. What? I'm out of Gina API keys, so we're not doing Gina API. So I'm just going to go, we're out of Gina API keys. Just use agents where they work. 4, do as much as we can. So I would like to do this in one shot. I like to do this all at once if possible. There's still a lot to share with you though. We should chat about it. Okay, so it hasn't really asked me too much about exactly what we're building yet, but it's about to find out. It's kind of getting the basics down of what we're doing here. Now, I do have some research that I did and that I happily share quite often with everybody. Like I have an SEO strategy guide here. Start with the big picture. What's the core idea of this app? I want to set up a subscription-based email service that links RFPs and projects done by government in my area to subscribers via email. Here is another business in a different area that does the same thing. I want you to review it and strip it for best practices. And let's grab that let's grab this thing here, which is here. And we're gonna let it like do a little bit of work on this now. So let's build this out. It's gonna go through and grab a little bit of everything, which is great. I don't think they have a lot of like yeah, they don't have a lot of information that's public. I just know a bit about it. Excuse me. Perplexity is not working either. I think I'm just going to do some other work on this through Perplexity. Here, okay. So I'm just gonna say RFPs. Oh, okay guys, we're back. It's finished up a bunch of the work that we have assigned to it, and we're moving on to the next step, which is pretty cool. Now, let's have a look at the research you completed. I've successfully researched all technologies and comprehensive documentation. So front-end framework, Fast API, N8N, Stripe and Magic Links, AWS, SES email service. Okay. Key decisions, the front end, the back end, the email. I'm not going to use any of that for email unless it's absolutely necessary. Authentication. Would you like me to do? Okay, so I think I'm just going to say for the email, I want to set up a free version where N8N sends something from a Gmail account. And I also want you to use the meta agent to create specialized agents that can work on each of these categories at a high level. Right, so I saw there that it's like AWS or SES is going to be this. And I'm like, I don't think so. I'm sure that we could set it up with N8N where it'll just create an email and send it. It's a super easy thing to do with just like a login flow or something like that. So let's get that going. So that way it knows what we want it to do. And then from there, it should be kind of easy to go. Easy to work out. Yeah. And if we can work that out, I mean, that'd be great. I would use it in some of my other projects too, because I have other emails and websites that need an email solution, which I'd happily do through N8N. Even the free version does quite a bit. So I'd happily just set that up and like run that on the daily or something, just like let it go. But let's see what it does. Yeah, it's going to do its own work on here. Yeah, and now it's going to set up meta agents, which is kind of a new trendy thing. But it's going to have agents that are specialized within each of these features, which is kind of what you want, right? It's just a lot easier like that. Oh. Yeah, see, Next.js SEO agent, Python scraper agent. Awesome. These are all agents that we're going to be able to use not only for this project, but for probably other ones too, which is perfect. Because after we're done this, I'm going to be building another business, which is going to be even more powerful. Because that's the point here. That's kind of what we're up to. That's what I like doing. I want to build a business, see it through, see if it can make some money, and then, you know, get that multiple streams of income kind of rolling. Like, I'm not one for the hardcore, like, 12 streams of income, whatever. I just want one really big one, you know? But I do feel like learning to execute these things is what can get you to that next level. You're not going to figure it out on the first try. I mean, some people do, and that's awesome, but like statistically, it's not worth banking on, right? Like, one of my favorite books ever was called the Millionaire Fastlane. I can't suggest it enough. And as cheesy as it sounds, I mean, I think it's one of the best books I've ever read, and it's just about, you know, it's not even like woo-woo, like crazy, like hype yourself up, whatever. It's just like, hey, man, like, if you want to make some real money, like, it's not a 4-hour work week that's going to get you there, you know? You have to work, and if you work and you keep trying and you make something new and make something new and make something new, he says in there, something that I think about often is that, like, every time you make a new business, it's like a gumball machine, you know? Like, you have these different gumballs. You're in a gumball machine, and every time you make a business, you put a quarter in it, and you turn it, and there's some gold gumballs in there, and those gold gumballs are retirement, essentially, right? If you hit something, if you invent the spork, you retire. You know what I mean? Like, it's there. And yeah, I'm happy to chat about that further, but, like, man, yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. So, okay. So we have oh, awesome. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's make now, yeah, so start number 1. This is going to be a big, like, almost a one-shot. I mean, I guess it's not technically a one-shot because there's so much going on here. Like, how many prompts have we done already, right? Like, we started, you know, we did where's the first prompt? VS Code, have a look at the project. It's understanding a little bit more. Now it's building a plan, and now we're all the way down here. So it's definitely not a one-shot thing, but I mean, we're cooking. Like, this is cooking, guys. Like, I could have this done, or at least up and online, maybe by tonight. But what I want to do here is I just want to get something. I want to get this portion complete, the PRP complete, and I'm going to call the video there because we're already at 40 minutes, and or maybe we're at 25 minutes. I've had to do this in a couple of videos, and I've cut out some of, like, the boring stuff because I really respect your time. super grateful for you guys for joining me on this. Like, you guys are so motivating to me. I can't believe like we did 200 subscribers, which is just so wild. It's so wild that you guys are just like hanging out with me for this. Um, yeah, like, so thank you so much. If you watched till now, thank you. Yeah, I think the big thing that I'm thinking about right now is I am gonna get this first step done, and then I think when it comes to actually creating it and setting up the first one and getting the design done, I'll do that in a separate video where it's I'll call that like launching the PRP, I guess. So this is like setting up context engineering. The next one will be launching PRP. Anyways, if you found value in this video, it's coming to an end. Build the, like, this is it. This is the whole thing. I don't know if it's going to continue, but Jesus, it's like cooking on tokens right now. If you found value in this, if you like hanging out with me, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Yeah, like, subscribe, like, thank you for watching this. I want you to make as much money as you deserve. And I think you know if you deserve it. I think you know if you're putting in the work. And I think you're capable of putting in the work. I hope this helps you. I hope that if you're just like sitting at home and you're kind of debating between playing, you know, a video game, which I play a lot of video games, but it's usually like between 10 and 12 p.m. where actually I like, can bring myself to do that because I feel so bad if I don't get something done in the day. Thank you for putting it off and just getting one more thing done in your day. I mean, I hope I'm the guy who kind of like pushes you to do that. But just to show you where we've gotten to, we have the PRP. Master Implementation Blueprint is locked in. The PRP includes the 5 phases of 15 days. Foundation, core features, content and SEO, monetization, and production. Key components: complete database schema with indexes, file structure for entire project, validation loops at 4 levels, success metrics, risk mitigation, anti-patterns to avoid. Specialized agent assignments: each phase clearly identifies which agent to use. Front-end task builder, government scraper expert, and fast API architect, and then workflow orchestrator, ready to build. So this has been getting you from launching your very first like context engineering to getting the PRP done. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to add this whole thing to my Git. Like, this is going to be it. I'm going to add this as its own Git. And if you want to build this for your city, then I think you should. I don't know what's going to happen from here. It's really not done. But yeah, if it works, like, let it work. I don't know. If you can launch this in New York or Houston or you know, Mississauga or Italy or, you know, somewhere in Japan, like, God bless you, man. Like, fucking make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, the world's your oyster, and I want you to shuck it up, baby. Anyways, I hope you had an excellent time hanging out with me. Thank you so much. If you stayed till this late, you're an absolute legend, and I hope to see you on the flip side. Bye.